Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please stand for flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is convened in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act of New Jersey. Let the official minutes reflect that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by publishing a notice in the Asbury Park Press on Friday, January 8th, 2021, the Press of Atlantic City and the Star Ledger, and also forwarded to the Toms River Times, Toms River Patch, and WOBM News on Wednesday, January 6th, 2021, and thereafter posting same on the Town Hall Bulletin Board for such notices and filing same with the Township Clerk pursuant to a resolution adopted by the Town Council on Tuesday, January 5th, 2021. The meeting dates have also been posted on the Township web page. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Yurick.
Here.
Councilman Kopp.
Here.
Councilman Lotano.
Here.
Councilman Roderick.
I'd like to make a motion for an excused absence. Councilman Roderick called me earlier today and said he was a little under the weather.
Okay. It's your pleasure. Is there a second? No second. Motion fails. Continue on with roll call, please.
Councilman Turnbach.
Here.
Council Vice President Maruka.
Present.
Council President Gagan.
Here.
First item are the minutes of January 5th, 2021, the reorganization meeting.
Move the minute.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Yurick, second by Councilman Turnbach. Councilwoman Yurick.
Yes.
Councilman Turnbach.
Yes.
Councilman Kopp.
Yes.
Councilman Lotano.
Yes.
Council Vice President Maruka.
I'm going to abstain.
Council President Gagan.
Yes.
Next, tonight for our earning resolutions and presentations, we have the swearing in of Council Vice President Maria Maruka. We have a presentation on the 2021 paving program, a green team presentation, and the retirement of Jeff Bolin from the Department of Public Works.
Move the resolutions and presentation.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Yurick, second by Councilman Kopp. Councilwoman Yurick.
Yes.
Councilman Kopp.
Yes.
Councilman Lotano.
Yes.
Councilman Turnbach.
Yes.
Council Vice President Maruka.
Yes.
Council President Gagan.
Yes. You're all going down. You all go down or no? I think so. We can just wait. Yeah, we'll just go down for the retirement. That's all we'll be down there. I think Memorial Final.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of Vice President of the Toms River Council, according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
We just have to remember.
All right, we can move ahead. Mr. Chinkelian and the 2021 paving program presentation. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
There.
Thank you, Council President. Tonight, I'd just like to give a brief update on the township paving program, a little bit of what we've done in the past, how the program works, and what we're going to be doing this spring. Although it's hard to see on this map, we have every road in the township rated on our GIS system. The red is bad, green is good, coloring system. We've actually developed a system in-house with, believe it or not, cell phones now. As our inspectors are driving around while they're on a road, it actually knows what road they're on and they can rate it. So we have a live, constant update of our map. Back in the day, we used to send inspectors out, take notes, come back in the office, type it in. Now everything's done live, so it's helping us keep a better track of where we are with our roads. So what we do is each year we take a look at the roads, the red, the orange roads in poor shape. We then also keep track of resident requests. We highlight those roads in pink. And then what we do is we try to group the roads or neighborhoods into sections. We've learned through experience contractors, they have to move all their equipment out to a site. So if we can, what we call a mobilization, if they can hit 2 or 3 roads at a time and get some production down and save their mobilization costs, that helps keep our unit prices low. So what we have here is we've highlighted all the roads that we're going to be aiming to pave. We have them broken up into phases. And essentially what we do is we pave until we run out of money. We will be requesting probably at the next meeting authorization to go to bid. What happens is we receive a bid price, and then the DOT posts a asphalt price index each month based on the price of, usually the price of oil. If oil prices go up, unfortunately, we get less work. When the prices drop, we get more for our money. And then basically, we have to adjust that on his work each month. So we never actually really know where we're going to end up because, predicting the price of oil, who knows. But this at least shows that, the residents and the council, where we're going to start and where the pattern we're going to work to until essentially we run out of funding. Another thing that comes up once in a while in paving, and although it annoys some people, is the sidewalks to nowhere, the ADA ramps at intersections. There's a mandate from the Department of Justice. If there's no sidewalk, we do not build ramps to nowhere. But if we go into a neighborhood where there is sidewalk, we do have to install an ADA ramp and a crosswalk at that location. That's required. So unfortunately, that does take a chunk out of the budget. You get into a neighborhood that has sidewalk, that can eat 20 to 30% of our paving budget, which previously all went to paving. Now some of that goes to concrete work. But we've been doing it for a while now, and once we hit the point where they're all done, and eventually our paving will go back to paving. But this map will be available. We'll have it available at the next meeting when we ask for authorization to bid. Hopefully we'll get bids before March time, maybe April, right around the time the asphalt plants are starting, and then hopefully we'll be paving early spring.
Council President, I just have a question for Mr. Trinkelian.
Yes.
Where you leave off at 1 year, because you said when the money runs out, you stop the project there, and then you pick up, so the next year that would move to the first section, because I see you have them grouped into specific areas. Like I know last year when you gave us the map, there was about 10 to 13 different areas.
That's correct. Phase 1 in this area over here was actually phase 8 in the last program. So, unfortunately, if you look at this map this year and say, I didn't make it, at least you're going to have priority in the following year.
Okay,
that's absolutely correct.
And this will be for our spring paving project?
That's correct. This is 2020 budget money.
Right.
Again, as the budgets are adopted each year, after bonds are authorized and we get the money, unfortunately, that's usually around the time asphalt plants are shutting down. So we've been kind of shifted to a spring program.
Yeah. And this is a program that we have been consistent for numerous years, budgeting X amount of dollars for paving and taking the recommendation of the engineering department specifically through how the roads are graded and how the residents' phone calls come in to lay everything out, correct? So it's more of a systematic plan versus let's go here, let's go there.
Absolutely. As we said, we start off with the rating system, but then if we have 2 roads that are, say, rating 4 and 1 resident calls, we'll give that road priority over the road that didn't call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do know the residents in Holiday City greatly appreciate that. Transporting people in ambulances with broken hips, we appreciate it too. You've done a fantastic job up there, and let's hope oil prices stay low.
Yes.
Get more done.
Thank you. Anything else?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda, we have the Green Team presentation. Good evening. Hi.
My name is Claire Rutz, and I'm a 35-year resident of Toms River. And tonight what I'm doing is I'm representing the Toms River United Sustainability Team. The trust, we're usually called the Green Team. That's how we refer to ourselves. The team is comprised of active township residents working to make our home a better place. Now, the reason why we're giving a presentation at the beginning of 2021 is that we have met through Zoom and we have accomplished many, many things in previous years, but really we're hoping that 2021 will offer more awareness and perhaps we'll be able to get back into the swing of things. So really that's why the team asked to be seen, and just to raise awareness among all of you that you know that we exist, and just give a little background on what we've done. I know that Ms. Hurick and also Ms. Maruka, you've gone to meetings in the past, and so anyhow, I am a public member. Other members, the person in charge is Stephanie Baumgartner, and she is the chair. The co-chair is Gracie Ann Taylor, who is a Save Barnegat Bay. We have other members who represent organizations such as Friends of Ortley Beach. Let's see, a variety. I mean, almost every aspect of our township is represented from one time or another. But at this juncture, we just want to have an upswing and get your awareness so that when you hear Green Team, there'll maybe be a little bit more of a bell ringing there, and perhaps we can get your support as well. Just to give a little bit of a background, it's an advisory body that was formed by resolution in 2012, but after Hurricane Sandy, there was a little bit of a hiatus, a brief delay, but finally bronze certification was eventually achieved in 2016. So it took us a few years to get back on our feet. However, at that point, we were able to get this certification, which is something that is awarded through the state sustainability, New Jersey Sustainability, and I believe some of you might be aware of that entity. Some of the things that we've done just through the efforts of the volunteers from all of these different organizations, aside from this bronze certification, there are a number of things that you have to do in order to accomplish that. And so each year, with the exception of 2020, we've hosted an annual Green Fair in partnership with the Toms River School District. We've created a Toms River Community Garden in Riverwood Park. There was a formerly overgrown garden club that was overgrown and, really in disrepair, and so we were able to take it. At this point, we still don't have a sign that identifies it as the Toms River Garden, which would be a nice thing that perhaps you could help us with. All right, we've also documented all of the municipal actions that would give us points towards being a sustainable town in the eyes of the state, and through the New Jersey Sustainable Program. We've won multiple grants to fund projects in the community, including a $20,000 grant to work with the Toms River Board of Education. This money was used to rehabilitate the Poseidon Academy after Superstorm Sandy. And what we did was we developed a speaker series at the Poseidon Academy. Now that was put on pause during this whole event that we've all shared, but we are hopeful that everything will turn around very soon. Okay, so the community garden was made possible by donations and a $2,000 grant that we were able to win from Sustainable New Jersey. Let's see, anything else? But these are really the highlights of our accomplishments. The members of our committee, as I said, we come from, Ortley Beach, from Save Barnegat Bay. James Ellis, who is a very active member of the community, he is also a member of the organization. And we are hoping that with awareness from the Township Committee, a little bit more support perhaps, that we would be able to, continue to do the work of maintaining certification. At this point, the certification will last until 2022. We have accomplished that. However, our goal is to go from bronze to the silver level and perhaps get signage for the garden, which would be a nice thing. That way everyone would know what it is. And then perhaps have committee members attend our meetings, which I know is difficult because it's on Tuesdays. I know Stephanie had
This year,
spoken
she
with you.
changed it to the second Tuesday, which is when we have our council meeting. So she said she'd look at that.
She's thinking of changing it
Yeah,
now?
because it used to be the third.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so basically, the reason why I'm here is on behalf of the Toms River Sustainable, it's the Toms River United Sustainable Trust, which is called the Green Team, to raise awareness, to ask for support, and also, if anyone in the audience or who would hear this would be interested in getting involved with some positive action in our town, we're available on Facebook at Toms River Green Team, and certainly we welcome anyone who would be interested in making our town a better place. Okay? And I thank you. Any questions? All right. And certainly, perhaps Stephanie could get in touch with you about when the meetings are and maybe about the signage, which really, you know, the garden has been in place now for 2 years, and members of the town actually go when they plant.
Actually
and,
helped a little bit.
What's that?
I actually helped a little bit at the
You
beginning.
helped a little bit. Okay. All right. A sign would be nice.
We
All
can
right.
work on that sign for you.
Okay. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you very much for your time and volunteering to make our town nice. All right. Next is the retirement of Jeff Boland from Public Works. Please step up, and Mr. Vignola, Mr. Russell, and council, if you could join me.
Good evening. How are you? My name is Anthony Bagnon. I'm Director of Public Works, Toms River. I'm pleased tonight to announce the many years of service that this gentleman has put into this town, 35 years of service here in this town, Jeff Boland. I can't say too much other than he's one of probably our most model employees. He comes in every day. He does his job to the best of his ability. Most recently, Mo Hill just presented Jeff with an appreciation award from a resident, and that's what Jeff's all about. 35 years of service here. He's ready to retire and ready to enjoy his life. And I will tell him one story. Mr. Russell wanted me to tell him, our deputy director next to me, that if you can recall, Jeff, you actually bailed with Timmy Russell 35 years ago as a laborer on the back of a truck. So that's how long these guys go back. But congratulations, healthy and prosperous retirement, and we're going to miss you, Jeff. Congratulations. Couple words.
Yeah, it's been very nice to work with all of the co-workers. The public has been going to really miss the people I served, and wish everybody a happy New Year and be safe. Thank you.
Here's a nice, a beautiful clock. I don't know, there's nobody taking pictures. Okay, great.
Thank you.
It's a token of appreciation, Jeff, of course, from the mayor and the council. You want to take a photo? Okay. Yeah, come on. We do have someone with a camera here. Or- Thanks, Bob. Thank you. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it very much.
Have a good night. All right, take care.
Getting back to the agenda, there aren't any items on our regular agenda, so we'll move to the consent. All matters listed under items consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired on any item, that item will be considered separately.
Does any member of the council have any item they'd like removed for separate discussion? Okay. Any member of the public like any item removed for separate discussion? Seeing none, we'll take
Seeing
a
none,
motion.
I'd like to move the consent agenda.
Second.
The complete consent agenda is moved by Councilwoman Yurick and seconded by Councilman Lotano. Councilwoman Yurick.
Yes.
Councilman Lotano.
Yes.
Councilman Kopp.
Yes.
Councilman Turnbach.
Yes.
Council Vice President Maruka.
Yes.
Council President Gagan.
Yes.
Next, the reports.
Move the report.
Second.
Motion was made by Councilwoman Yurick, seconded by Councilman Turnbach. Councilwoman Yurick.
Yes.
Councilman Turnbach.
Yes.
Councilman Kopp.
Yes.
Councilman Lotano.
Yes.
Council Vice President Maruka.
Yes.
Council President Gagan.
Yes.
Next, we have the bill list.
Move the bill list.
Second.
The bill list in its entirety, being that we have no abstentions tonight, is moved by Councilman Turnbach, seconded by Councilman Lotano. Councilman Turnbach.
Yes.
Councilman Lotano.
Yes.
Councilman Kopp.
Yes.
Councilwoman Yurick.
Yes.
Council Vice President Maruka.
Yes.
Council President Gagan.
Yes.
Next, we have elected officials' comments.
Mayor Hill.
Thank you, Council President. I just wanted to wish everybody a Happy New Year. I don't think I did that when we had the reorg, and I wanted to congratulate you, Kevin, as our new President of Council, and Maria as Vice President. And Maria, you did a great job last year, and we're glad you're back as the Vice this year. So, Kevin, good luck going forward, and hopefully it'll be a great 2021, and we'll get out of this COVID crisis. So,
I hope so. Thank you, Mayor. Councilman Turnbach.
Certainly echo Mayor Hill's comments and congratulate the both of you. One nice thing about this council is we've always worked in a bipartisan fashion for the best interests of the township, and I want you to know that I greatly appreciate that, and I greatly appreciate you. I know that the both of you will do an excellent job. One other note, I'm happy to report the Toms River Education Foundation has recently met, and based upon the 5K run, walk, roll that we had on November 28th, we're going to be able to donate and are donating a $10,000 check to the Toms River Regional School District and the students. That check will go to purchase of high school sports uniforms. So it's our first event. I'm very proud that we were able to raise $10,000 for the students. Our next event is going to be on January 21st of 2021 at the Office Lounge. Please come out. If you order at the Office Lounge, or you go in, you dine in, or you get takeout, you mention the Toms River Education Foundation, 15% of the proceeds will go to the foundation. All of those proceeds then turn around and go to our students that attend the Toms River Regional School District. So please support our students and the Toms River Education Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Maruka.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to thank the council for choosing me as their vice president this year. I pledge to do a good job and represent everyone on the council and also all the residents of the township. I'm looking forward to working with everyone. We just had a presentation from our green team, and a request came in for a sign. And I know Councilwoman Yurick and I have attended some of their meetings. They do good work. They educate our children. They promote sustainability and a better Toms River. And I was just going to say, possibly Mayor Hill and Mr. Amoruso, maybe possibly we can find some dollars to get some materials for the signage, and maybe we can do a project with TRAC, with our Toms River arts community, to do the sign. So maybe if we can find that either in one of the budgets around, or I know the sign shop does a great job, but I think this needs to be a little bit more. And I think with yeah. But I'm just thinking with track, we can probably do something and we can get that installed. So when that garden starts growing in a few months, it'll be noted. So that's a project I'd like to see if we can move forward on that. Toms River Education Foundation, $10,000 for something that was just started a couple months ago with a group of volunteers and the support of the community for the betterment of our children. I just think that that's amazing. I think that's wonderful. And I just want to thank Councilman Turnbach, a couple board members. I know there was Jen Howell and a few people that really got the ball rolling on that. But it was a resident that came to one of our council meetings and said she was on a community foundation in another town, and why didn't we start that? And she planted the seed, and with the efforts of Councilman Turnbach and a few others, those seeds have now gone into fruition, and there's a lot that's grown pretty big. That's a lot of green, $10,000. And I'm sure there's going to be more coming down the way, so that'll be great there. Another thing I just want to mention is our Pop the Trunk event that we have every Friday at the Presbyterian Church in Toms River. Anyone who's in need of food, no questions asked, nothing, just drive your car up, pop that trunk, and the volunteers who are amazing will be able to come out there and load that trunk up for you, your neighbors, or anyone that's in need. So I encourage you to stop by on a Friday because it's just a wonderful community event. Another thing that started as a seed and has grown into it's been fruitful all the way around. And it's been, I think, more for the volunteers, what it's given the volunteer community and the people that attend there on Fridays. It's nourished them, it's nourished their souls, it's nourished their heart, and it's just been such a great event that was born out of something as, tragic as this pandemic has been, and the loss of jobs and the loss of a lot of, monies for food and things of that for our community. But I've encouraged you to stop there. And that's about all I have right now, Council President.
Thank you. Councilwoman Burke.
So I just want to echo Councilwoman Maruka's sentiments about the Toms River Education Foundation. I mean, that's incredible that we are still facing a budget crisis from the reduction of funds from the state for our schools, and we didn't just sit back and let it happen. Councilman Turnbach really spearheaded this effort and founded the Toms River Education Foundation and really made it happen. So $10,000 is not, just a small drop in the bucket. That's a huge amount of money for supplies for the kids at the school. And Councilman Turnbach is not doing this out of any kind of, well, my kids, are going to benefit, because his kids don't go to the public school. So this is completely selfless, and really it's for the children of Toms River, because we represent the children of Toms River as well as the adults. So it's really important that they're our future. So congratulations. That was absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
So.
Thanks for all of your help.
And of course, the Pop the Trunk is really just a positive all around. So every Friday. And then the director of the bid dropped off a little summary of things going on downtown. And the one thing that really caught my eye was that they worked with the Toms River Historic Preservation Commission on a hidden history trail. And the Toms River Historic Preservation Commission, or at least I'm not sure what it was called, probably about 10 or 15 years ago, they used to have a brochure of a walking tour through Toms River. So this really formalizes that. And I took my Girl Scouts on that tour when they were 8th or 9th grade. And it was a really eye-opening experience. It's a small area. It's just a walk around downtown. But there's so much history. It's amazing. And it was just really fun. And we capped it off with a little ride on the River Lady. For if you don't get dinner, it's pretty cheap. It's like it was $13. So really check it out. I'm sure it's really even more exciting now, and as they get markers throughout town to add signage, that'll really enhance it, so that even people who don't necessarily have the map or aren't aware of it might be able to discover some of the hidden treasures we have in town. So that's it.
Thank you. Councilman Cobb.
Thank you, Council President. So I guess Councilman Turnbuck, light's on you tonight a little bit. So the first time Councilman Turnbuck talked about the foundation, I could tell right out of the gate it was coming from the heart. And me and my wife and my daughter went down to the first race, and I think Councilman Turnbuck did a couple of 5Ks that night, because my wife was saying he's over there, he's over there, he's over there, he's over there, and he truly he put this thing together. And I know he'll try to take some of the credit away from himself and push it to his team, but I really do believe at the heart of it, it's Councilman Turnbuck and his passion that he has for this town and especially the kids. So hearing that we have a $10,000 donation going to the Toms River School District definitely puts a smile on my face tonight. And hats off to you, Councilman Turnbuck, and great job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilman Latano.
Thank you, Council President. As long as everybody's talking about Council Turnbuck, no one mentioned how fast he ran that 5K. If you look it up, he's got to be number one in his age bracket. I'm not quite sure. But on a more serious note, the school system, I know we talked about the Education Foundation, but the school board and the school system, right now they're going through a superintendent search. This is one of the most important decisions that's going to be made in our town, probably for the year, if not more. The superintendent getting the schools in the right direction is very important. I know a judge has ordered the S2 funding formula to be disclosed. It was supposed to be disclosed yesterday by, I believe, 4 p.m., and it wasn't. So I know a lot of schools in our area, Freehold, Brick, Toms River, they believe that our school systems are funds are being taken away from them. I believe this year the number is like $7.4 million. They don't see how the formula could possibly work out mathematically. Having access to the funding formula, perhaps they can make some changes or adjustments, but they didn't hand the funding formula over, and it's a shame. The New Jersey Department of Education, we're really hoping they hand that over and let the school systems understand how this formula, the funding formula, works. The winter sports with the schools is slowly starting to open. I'm really hoping that the teachers get back in the classrooms, the kids get back in the classrooms, and the parents are able to watch their kids on some of these sporting events. It's very important mentally for everyone to feel like part of the community and get back out of the house. Even Governor Cuomo now has wants to get New York City up and running. I don't know if you've seen pictures lately, but it's pretty empty there. It can't be good for the economy, and along with the bad economy and people staying home, there's a lot of other troubles that come into play that aren't factored in COVID-19 numbers. I think it's about time that people start safely opening things back up, and the kids really, I think they need to get back into the classroom. That's all I have for tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Latano. The only thing I have tonight, this council approved hiring a PR firm. Although we've been under some scrutiny why we're doing it and whatnot, it's something that the mayor and this council, the majority of this council, wanted and needed, and we feel the taxpayers also deserve it. You deserve to know all the facts, the truthful facts, and nothing but the facts that are out there. Some are perhaps afraid of the facts and the truth, so they can use it for their own twisted agenda, putting out rumors on social media and whatnot. Although we did have an employee that was handling the PR type matters, unfortunately, or fortunately for her, she's out on maternity leave, so that leaves a void. As you saw, we even had no one to take photos for us tonight, at a nice retirement. This firm is going to do fantastic. They've done work for several other towns, businesses, corporations with a $140 million budget. They have a PR staff on. I think everybody would agree. So we're looking forward to working with them to get the correct information, all the information, and the truthful information out. And that's what we wanted, and we really believe that's what you deserve, and you want that also. That's all I have tonight. I'll move on to Any comments from the public? Any comments?
Seeing none, I motion to move the public comments portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to go into executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances to discuss matters requiring confidentiality and/or of a privileged nature. And whereas the Township Council is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Toms River in the County of Ocean and State of New Jersey as follows. The Township Council will now conduct a private executive session. The general nature of the subject matter to be discussed and or acted upon is as follows. Matters of personnel, matters of litigation, attorney-client privilege, and contract negotiations. The following specific items to be discussed and or acted upon are as follows. The executive session minutes review of December 22nd, 2020, personnel issues of both the Township Clerk's Office and Administration, review of the status of all real property acquisitions, and the Department of Justice Verlupa investigation, a status report, and discussion of pre-litigation negotiations. It is anticipated that the deliberations conducted in closed session may be disclosed to the public upon the determination of the Township Council that the public interest will no longer be served by such confidentiality. Motion made by Councilwoman Yorick, second by Councilman Kopp, to go into executive session with all in favor at 6:36 p.m. Do I have a motion to go back into general session? All in favor? Do I have a motion to adopt the resolution approving the executive session minutes of December 22nd, 2020? All in favor? Or actually, never mind. Councilwoman Yurick. Yes. Councilman Turnbach. Yes. Councilman Kopp. Yes. Councilman Lotano. Yes. Councilman Turnbach. Oh, sorry about that. Council Vice President Maruka. Yes. Council President Gagan. Yes. Motion to adjourn? So moved. Second. All in favor? Aye. Good night, everyone. 7:38.